Wow, 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 wow. The transparency in Hernando County is just breathtaking. Recently, Sheriff Alneen Heiss came to the budget meeting and he said, listen, the flock cameras have solved 4 recent homicides. Wow, 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 wow. The transparency in Hernando County is just breathtaking. Are you ready for this? So, as you know, I'm just not a fan of the anti-transparency movement with the Hernando County Sheriff's Office, which is unlike every other agency in the Florida that I've ever dealt with. Citrus is fantastic, especially with their new sheriff, who is all about transparency. Pasco County, same thing. Body cam everywhere. Well, this isn't about body cams. This is about the flock system, which we've talked about quite a bit. As you know, I mean, there's a lot of agencies who have the flock system, and I've done a lot of research on them. And you know what they've done? They haven't kept it secret. They contacted the community and they told them, we're going to implement this, and this is what we're going to use it for. And these are the elements that how we will use it. Not Hernando. No, they threatened the BOCC with a letter from Sheriff Alneen Heiss who said, if you ever talk about the flock system in public, you could face criminal charges. Nope. You're not going to know what the heck he's using them for. Well, let's just go further into this. Guess what? So during a recent BOCC meeting, this is just probably earlier last month, there was a budget meeting where Sheriff Alneen Heiss attended, to push his 10 to 12% increase, as he usually does. That's another story. I digress. But where we're at right now is regarding the flock system, because there has been a lot of pushback by mostly Steve Champion, Commissioner Steve Champion. The other 3 rhinos, Alaco, Hawkins, and Campbell, they just kiss the butt of Nate Heiss, and that's just the best I can put it. Okay, sorry to be so rude, but that is exactly the case. They're rubber stampers. They don't give a crap. They don't give a crap if you, the taxpayer, pay more and more and more and more and more every year without any kind of reconciliation of how the money's being spent the year before. Going off on a tangent again, let's get back to the point. The flock cameras, the Chinese spy cameras, which have been pushed back by not only local officials and not only by local communities around the state and around the country, but here we go. The flock cameras, again, can be accessed by any state, local, state, or federal agency to track your movements. Now, I'm not going to get into the history. You can go back and research some of my posts, some of my publications and videos about the subject. I'm just not going to go into that. But let me get into what has happened. Recently, Sheriff Alneen Heiss came to the budget meeting and he said, listen, the flock cameras have solved 4 recent homicides. Okay, fair enough.
How much you spent on flock cameras?
It's less than the cost of 1 deputy, and it solved at least 4 murders.
Yeah. But it's okay. Erode their constitutional rights.
But I will tell you, you know what flock cameras do?
I know what they do. They spy on people.
If they have, tell us. How did it work? Can you tell us which homicides it were? Well, guess what? The journalist that I am, the nosy that I am, I went ahead and asked. I said, sent some public records requests to the sheriff's office. I said, can you guys please give me the 4 homicides that were solved? You don't have to give me the details of how or when or where, but you said, I said, Alneen Heiss, I copied Alneen Heiss. You said, flock cameras solved these homicides. Guess what? Let's just tell you what's going on here. So on 9/12, that's September 12th, I asked them, I said, could you please tell me which murder investigations were solved and how Flock helped to solve them? Now listen, if they want to be secretive about how they solved them, that's fine. At least tell me which murders that were solved. Then no answer, not an answer at all, no answer. Then again on 9/23, I asked the same question. And I'll post these emails. I'll let you see them. Not a single answer. To this day, no answer from the sheriff's office. Why? Because they know they can get away with it. They don't have to answer your questions. Matter of fact, if you try to bring this up on their Facebook page, they're going to block you. They've blocked probably 1,000 people by now. The last few years ago, I asked how many people have been blocked on their Facebook page for whatever stupid reason. Over 300. That was a few years ago. Who knows by now? It's been pretty contesting. But this is just unbelievable show of non-transparency by the Hernando County Sheriff's Office. Now, I can't blame everyone that works there. And we are not anti-law enforcement. We just put that out there right now, right up front. I'm a law enforcement supporter, conservative, for those liberals out there who may hate me for that. And I love law enforcement, and we need them. But we don't need corrupt ones, and we don't need ones who have zero transparency in their agency. That needs to change. Body cameras, and get rid of the flock, or tell us how you're using them. That's all I got for now. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.